Hello, 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 everyone. How is everyone doing out there this evening? My name is Valarie Harris, and this is your Stepping Up and Stepping Out series that airs every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. And guess what? This series has been designed just for you to inspire you, to encourage you, and to empower its listeners to, guess what? Step up and step out of your comfort zone. And today, guys, we will have a guest with us, and her name is Eulica Kimber. So I just want to tell you a little bit about Eulica. Eulica is a CPA. She is also an MBA, business coach, author, and speaker, and the proud owner of her own company called Plan to Prosper Small Business Academy. And I just want to thank Eulica for coming out here, being with us today. And just to give you a little more information about her, as a certified public accountant, Eulica brings over 30 years of experience in accounting and internal controls to help her clients achieve their goals. And she also enjoys helping leaders, business leaders, to understand and take ownership and control of all the financial aspects of their operation. I don't know about you, but I need to hear what Eulica will be telling us as entrepreneurs that will help us in the process. So I'm going to bring Eulica to the screen.
Hey, Val.
Hey, Eulica. I'm so glad you came out to join me tonight.
Thank you for having me. This is actually my last interview of the year.
Really?
I'm going out in style for.
Hey.
Harris.
That is awesome sauce right there. So we're going to talk about like 5 things that entrepreneurs need to know. I know I need to know as an entrepreneur.
I'm here for it. And
the first question I want to ask you is, what do entrepreneurs need to do so they won't struggle with generating consistent profit?
It's very simple. It's very, very simple. You wouldn't believe how simple it is.
Okay.
You got to sell something that people want.
I love it.
Sometimes, I'll explain what I mean. Sometimes entrepreneurs want to just say they have a business, think they're going to build it, and the people will come.
Right.
But it doesn't work that way. You actually have to build and find a business model that's actually profitable.
Right.
So just because you found these widgets somewhere online, and if people don't want them, people don't want them. You have to be able to scan the marketplace, see what technology is doing, see what people are demanding, see what needs are there, and then build your business at that point of people's needs.
Okay.
So sometimes people aren't profitable because they aren't in a profitable business. Okay. I don't care if you have, ice cones in a snowstorm, people are not going to buy them. So I would say start with a profitable business plan. Before you do anything, figure out, do internet research, market research, and see, is that endeavor profitable?
Well, that makes a lot of sense, because if you don't have something that someone would be interested in buying, you're going to flop.
Yeah, and that's when you get people in your DMs begging you to sign up for this, sign up for that. They have not really proven that they have something that's profitable and desirable. So people like us who are business coaches, we might need to start with people that we know or do a test client. Right. But we can't go and find 100 people today. And really, it's a blessing that you don't, because you can really build that business model over time, see what works, see what doesn't work. When you say you're better than you were a year ago, so you've learned some things, so you can offer and see exactly what people need. Then they will give up their money for you.
Because it's like trial by error, really, isn't it?
That's what it is. That's what it is. Every business has been evolved. So that Walmart didn't just show up, it evolved. Amazon didn't just show up, it evolved. And it's about the trial and error and seeing what works and seeing what the people need and adjusting as you go on, making those course corrections as you go along. And the money will follow.
Absolutely. That's really good. That's very good for us to know as entrepreneurs that we have to be fresh in the market of what we are trying to serve the people with.
You have to talk to the people, see
Yeah,
what they want, see what they need.
right,
Yeah,
right. That is awesome. Thank you.
you're
So,
welcome.
what tips would you give to an entrepreneur to make sure that they keep a positive cash flow for their business? If the business is up and running, what advice or tips would you give for that?
So a couple things. One, we got to keep money coming in. We got to keep money. That means you have to sell something that people want, and the money is flowing. So you have to focus on things that are actually generating cash to have cash.
Okay.
So we have to make sure that it's something that people want. Also, a challenge that I see with entrepreneurs is that they are not ensuring that what they're doing is profitable. So they're not pricing what they're doing or selling properly. So you have to make sure that when you sell a product or service, it's covering all of your expenses,
Yeah.
including income tax, including paying yourself for your time. So sometimes they don't have positive cash flow because they haven't priced correctly. Also, you can't discount your way. You can't sell it for a penny, just to have people in the door because it has to be profitable.
Right.
You can't give it away. You can't give yourself away to profit. It's not going to work. I think there's a lot to be said about business planning and focusing on one business endeavor until you get it profitable. So if you started this baby and it's not profitable yet, you need to take some time to study and see what people want, how you can adjust it, or even if you should keep it open. But what I see is people start something, it's not profitable as what they want to be, and then they add something else, and then they add something else, and then they add something else. So I want you to really, as we shop, and we as African Americans are the number one consumers in the nation.
Yes.
When you're in the store, pay attention. When you say Walmart, it gives you an idea. When you say Ford, they're not all over the place.
Right.
They're showing you how to do business every day. So cash flow comes with selling at a profit, doing what people need, and focusing on something and becoming excellent at it.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's where I think, like you said, a lot of entrepreneurs, they do that because they're not sure about what it is and they keep changing from one thing to another. So,
or try to do it all at the same time. It's just only one of you.
yes.
I'm not saying you can't do multiple streams of income, but you need to do something has to be profitable before you start venturing out and doing new stuff.
Right.
You have to have some cash coming in the door. And the other thing I would warn against before we move on is doing cash flow has to do with money coming in. So doing a lot of credit, like letting people buy on time, that affects your cash flow.
Okay.
So if I'm doing a service today, but you're not going to pay me for 6 months, that's 6 months with no cash flow.
Right.
So
and you really can't afford to do that.
Exactly.
Because the thing of it is, you have to know who your client is and who's not your client. Because if they not, what is it called, nickel and diming you, that's not your client.
It goes back to that pricing things properly. And I think that just making sure that you are getting the money in the door so you can cover the expenses of the business. And sometimes entrepreneurs kind of give up some of their concessions, or they think if I lower my price, customers will come. Or if I let people pay over time, customers will come. But if you're not profitable and you don't have the cash flow to meet your needs, then you're just working for nothing, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there. So what do you suggest that entrepreneurs need to do so they can scale the expenses for their business growth?
Plan. It's not sexy, but I would say writing it down.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of business plan. I don't mean a formal business plan, but you need to take some time to sit down and write down what you're selling, who you're selling it to, how much you're selling it for, where are the customers, what is the customer paying, how you're going to do that. Are you doing the work yourself? Are you hiring people? You have to plan it out. So when we talk about scalability, we can think about big businesses.
Right.
One thing that all big businesses have in common, think about businesses that have multiple locations. Right. Think about Walmart, think about McDonald's. What are they? They're organized and they have a system.
Yes.
But if you're jumping around, you can never figure out your system to be able to deliver a product or service. So if you get a system down, you can add a new product.
Right.
So Burger King can eventually add breakfast because they got the burger thing straight. And so I really challenge entrepreneurs who I work with every day. I see them struggling for basic things like that. It's not magic.
Right.
It works the same way, whether you're talking for millions or $1,000 or $5. You have to buy it at a certain price, add value to it, sell it at a profit, make sure you're paid on time. Simple.
Yeah. And that's the truth, because people will invest in what they want, and they need to pay for what they want.
Yes, they will.
And yes, they will pay for it. And because, like us, if I see something I want, I'm going to pay for it. I got to do what I got to do. But we just need to know who that audience is and who the customer is that's going to be willing to invest in themselves. Because actually, when they come to us, they're investing in themselves as well.
As coaches, absolutely.
Yeah.
But even just making sure that you know who you are in the marketplace and what you offer, and being able to clearly communicate what problem you will solve for them. Right. It's very important. That's what commercials are for. Commercials are telling us what problem or what pleasure they would give us for what we have or need. Right. And being clear about that helps you with the clarity and business planning helps you with everything else. So when you go about build the website, you know exactly what your message is. When you go on social media, you know what you need to say to your customers. So sometimes people are jumping ahead of themselves and they're just all over the place when they haven't taken the time to really plan out who they are, what they sell, who they sell it to be very clear of who they want to be in the marketplace.
Absolutely. I love that. That's good. That's good information for us as entrepreneurs to really look at that piece, because that is very, very vital, for our success, really.
Exactly. And sometimes I see a lot of entrepreneurs who are actually pouring money over money into money is not going to solve your problem. Yeah. So buying a fancier computer is not going to solve your problem if nobody wants that product. You got to get on the, so for the one customer who, let's say one person bought your item. Right. You should talk to them. You should call them. You should email them. Say, hey, I want to talk to you and get your feedback. You want to talk to your customers to understand. What did they like about it? Why didn't they? How did they use it? So you can build on that. I think sometimes entrepreneurs, I don't want to be insulting, but some of them are lazy. So we think because we bought it.
Well, I mean, the truth is the truth. Let it be. It is what it is. I mean, and a lot of people procrastinate. They say they're going to do something, and then they don't do it. So
yes, or they think just because they posted it online or they built their store that people should be obligated, or they bug their family and their friends. Yeah. So your family and friends are not supposed to support your business. I'm sorry to tell you that. They're not supposed to.
Right.
They're not supposed to.
Because really you're wasting your...
Yeah, go ahead. Walmart don't have enough family and friends to come. They found something that is wanted in the marketplace. Yes. They see, okay, everybody's wearing tennis shoes. Okay, everybody eats food. Okay, this is something we can meet. So sometimes people are hounding family and friends. And I see even social media posts where people say, well, family don't support your business. That's not their job to support your business.
It's not their job. Absolutely.
If you're an entrepreneur, if you're going to be in the game, be in the game. Find something that people need or want, and it is easy to sell. Like me, I love glasses. You don't even have to sell me on that. You just post it. I will come to it. And you're a glasses girl too.
You know I'm a glass girl. And look, don't put no shoes out there, girl. Woo! Don't put them shoes out there, because what? I'm gonna get them shoes if they look good.
So think about those two things. Yeah. Think about shoes and the glasses. So what do you need? We need eyeglass cleaner. We need a cute place to display them. We need shoes to be stacked up. So that's business. So you need to build a business around something that people already have demonstrated that they have a need in. So, and you don't have to, if you are a builder, or you can build something cute to display our glasses.
I love it.
Build us something so we can display our shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people are making business too hard, and they're getting into things that they don't understand. But if you already know what a customer needs, and we are customers, so we understand to a degree.
Yes.
You can make money just by knowing people, being able to observe people and see what their needs and their wants are.
Yeah.
And we got to get better at that, especially being the number one consumers. We need to think about even ourselves as consumers and how we are attracted in the marketplace to be able to meet the needs of customers in the marketplace as entrepreneurs.
I love that. That is awesome. Yes, that's some good information right there.
Thank you.
That's a book right there.
I try.
Yeah. So what can business owners do so they won't struggle to cover their expenses so they can pay themselves? Because I think a lot. Go ahead.
No, what were we gonna say?
Because a lot of times, I've noticed some business owners, they have the business, but they don't pay themselves.
True.
Yeah.
And that goes to pricing. That goes to the business model that's set up. You know, if and being realistic about what you're selling. And I'm gonna say it, people quitting their jobs too soon, not giving their business a chance to grow and build. If you're just making $500 a month, guess what? It ain't time for you to quit your job yet.
It's not time.
You can work the full-time job and do that on nights, weekends, and make sure that money is coming in. And you might not ever quit the full-time job.
Right.
And I think it's being realistic and making sure that you aren't making your family suffer because of your dream.
Right.
It has to talk.
Yeah.
The numbers have to make sense.
They have to make
sense.
Because if they can't pay all your bills, you need to keep that full-time job.
And if you have a full-time job, say you make $50,000, you can't. So having a business that grosses $50,000 is not the same thing.
No.
So you may need $80,000, $90,000 of gross revenue for. I'm just throwing it out there. So after expenses, you have that left over. So I think that a lot of businesses aren't able to pay themselves. One, because they're premature, and they're making the business a dread because they're draining it, trying to take out all the cash to live on it before they get it strong enough to sustain itself and produce a consistent profit while paying all business, including paying all business expenses, including your taxes. Right. So I think sometimes I see entrepreneurs, especially those that come to me that are looking for funding, they stepped out too soon. They stepped out before the business was able to sustain itself. But after you get a profit, and the question you asked was about paying yourself. So first of all, you have to have a consistent profit. That means all 12 months. The rent my mortgage is every month. I don't know about yours.
Yes.
My bills are every month.
Yes.
So every month. So if you made a $10,000 sale and then $2 the next month, that's not time. It needs to be a consistent profit across multiple periods. I would say a year or two before you can start paying yourself a real salary. And I wouldn't even take up all the profit can't be your salary because you need money to invest in the business, to buy inventory. So I think just getting that model straight and being patient. And I think one thing I want to knock down, one thing I want to dispel is that people don't want to work for anybody. Guess what? If you're a business owner, you have more bosses. Yes. Every client is a boss. Yes. There is no place in this world where you can operate independently without intersecting with other people in the marketplace. You're going to have to satisfy your customers just like you do your boss. Yes. So sometimes it's the mindset that keeps us from profiting and not being able to pay ourselves and set up a good profit mix because we have so much disdain for the boss that we didn't learn anything while we were at that corporation on how to run a good business. Okay. So I really have a heart for entrepreneurship. It's my passion. And I think I see so many great business ideas, but I think they're done the wrong way. They're rushed. They aren't focused. They're all over the place. And they aren't able to reap the total benefits that business idea could give them. Right. And every business idea is not going to be, everybody's not going to be Bill Gates.
Right.
But you can pay your bills, but you can have some money in the bank, have a retirement account. Right. So I think sometimes they're looking for the one trick that's going to get them, and usually it doesn't happen that way.
Right.
Even Walmart has multiple locations, sells multiple products. Even the car companies sell multiple versions of the cars.
Yeah.
One thing is not going to get you over the top.
Right.
And so I also see a lot of business owners. I'm sorry to go on and on, but I
No,
see a
go
lot of,
on, because this is, look, we need to know this as entrepreneurs.
it's my last interview of the year.
Look,
So
do it. Look, do you.
I see a lot of business owners raping their businesses.
Mm-hmm.
We won't even get into the PPP loans, people who got money and took all the money for themselves instead of doing what was supposed to be done with the business. The business has to be sustained, because if people brought the product from you 1 month and enjoying it, we need people in the third and fourth month to have the same experience. You have to have a consistent experience to build that reputation, to keep that revenue coming, so you can pay yourself, so you can be profitable after paying all of your expenses, including your taxes. So you do not pay yourself until all your business expenses are paid. It just works that way. It's not your paycheck. It's not when you hit the bank account, you take all the money.
Right.
You don't get anything until all expenses are paid.
Okay. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's some good advice, because a lot of people, as soon as they get it, they spend it all.
Exactly. And they forget that Iris, Iris, the I, the R, and the S, she owns a part of it. And so they're spending their money and not able to keep that business sustained. So that hurts my heart, because they really could have had a real payday 3-4 years down the road, but because they pulled all the profit out early, they don't get to see the real fruition of that business.
And that's why most small businesses fail. Talk about
I would say the number one reason is a lack of business knowledge. Some would challenge that and say, oh, it's because of a lack of funding. There's a lack of, and which is true. We don't, especially African-American business, we don't always have access to capital. But from my vantage point, sometimes we're not prepared for that capital. We're not prepared to go into the marketplace and get the grant or get the loan. And I mentioned the PPP situation. It's rough out there because people who got those funds did not use them as appropriately. So in my opinion, Eulica Kimber, the number one issue is a lack of business knowledge, which is why I opened the Plan to Prosper Small Business Academy, because everybody needs
to talk to us about that academy. I got your website up there, so anybody watching, this is the website. If you're an entrepreneur or want to be a business owner, I'm telling you, this is the person you need to see. Eulica Kimber.
That's me, girl. I think that business knowledge is what is really escapes our demographic, African American community. Small business owners who have great business ideas, but don't understand that they need a separate business bank account, that when they need an EIN, when they need, so those are basic things that maybe people in other communities might understand it. And also we have a mindset that we need to do stuff under the cable and not pay our taxes. And that stuff don't work well for us.
It don't work. I mean, the thing of it is, you're going to end up getting caught.
Exactly. And you cheat yourself, because part of that income tax is the self-employment tax, which is your Social Security, especially if you're working for yourself. So I think that entrepreneurship requires you to be a student of business. And the Plan to Prosper Small Business Academy is a place where we teach and do coaching on business. Our current offering is accounting basics for entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to know accounting. You have to speak the language of business. There comes a divide of when you leave a job and become an entrepreneur. It's two different mindsets. So if you don't want to learn accounting, you need to stay at your job, and just all you got to worry about is your paycheck coming to the account, your bank account. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to understand the numbers of your business. You have to understand about income, expense, profit, loss, how to calculate margin, how to even price a product in the marketplace, how to pay employees. That is a skill set that's not it's not easy. It doesn't come to you just by figuring it out, because figuring it out on your own can get you in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
And we want to build businesses that hire people. We want to build businesses that we can expand and scale and strengthen our community, just like we see other communities do. But that comes with knowledge. So I challenge entrepreneurs out. This is December. We're going into a new year. that you take some time to invest in building your business knowledge.
Yes.
It is very important.
Yes.
I have so many friends and family who operate under the table. They bake cake. They have great skills, and you know them, Val.
Yeah.
People who sew, who braid, who do hair, who do construction work, but they're operating under the table because they think that's the only place they can prosper. And they're not prospering at all. They got to stay small. Yeah. You're going to be but so big living under the table. But to get on Main Street and to be a true operational, profitable business, you have to get some things in order. And that starts with changing your mindset and getting some business knowledge. So I challenge you today.
Yes. Well, look, this is the young lady y'all need to see out there to get your business, your in order. Her website is up here on the screen. And please, please, please make sure you get in contact with her if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have a plan in place, or you are not using your resources properly to keep your business running. Because I was talking to a young lady not too long ago, and she was saying she wanted to quit her job. I said, baby, go into business. I said, you can't just quit your job and just go into business. It takes time. I said, because you need to start it and start small, see how that thing gonna work. Because you can't just quit your job. You need that every job Monday through Friday.
And the job is an education. The job is a business.
It's a business, right?
So every day you're getting an education on learning the business of whatever company or government or whatever you work for.
Whatever you work
in. Operates. Think of that as being in a university of operations of how to do purchasing and selling and HR. You're getting the whole education. Don't hate the job so much that you miss the lesson. Don't.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't even trust entrepreneurs. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. I don't trust entrepreneurs who hate the work. I'm sorry.
Well, look. Let me tell you something. I've always had multiple streams of income. You know, because I didn't quit my job, but I had other multiple streams of income. You know,
entrepreneurship is work.
It's work. It is work.
If you want to, at some point, hire someone, if you hate work, what kind of work environment are you going to create? We got to. It's a mindset shift that we have to take place.
Yeah. Well, honey, I'm so happy that you decided to come on and grace us with your presence this evening. This has been awesome, and like I said, her website is up here. https://www.plantoprosperacademy.com. And look, I need y'all to get in touch with her because she is going to help you. So thank you, Eulica.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody.
Yes. So we will be talking to you later.
Yes, ma'am. I'll come back anytime.
All right, guys. That was Eulica Kimber with us this evening. And I was so glad she decided to come out here with us to just share some of her knowledge, you know, for entrepreneurs when you're going into a business and some of the things that you need to look at as a business owner. And before I leave, I want to make sure that you visit my website, www.talktimeval, and sign up for a free webinar that I will be doing on December the 30th at 12 noon. And you know what, guys, I tell you every week to go out there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, at Stepping Out with Valarie Harris. And if you need to talk to me further about any of the things that we've talked about tonight, or either get in touch with Eulica, you can contact me, or I will also post her website in the chat. I don't know what's going on with the chat tonight, but for some reason I can't see the responses that are coming on. But that is all I have for you guys tonight. And I want to thank you for coming out, listening to us tonight. And even those that will come back in the replay, thank you. But guess what? Talk Time Val is about to sign out. And I will be talking to you a little bit later.